IT and security have historically played in entirely different buckets within the enterprise. For Tech Republic and ZDNet, I'm Dan Patterson, and today we're talking with Lars Nordenlund. He is the CEO of Arcules. Lars, what are the best practices for getting IT and security to hold hands and play nicely within the enterprise?
Right. So one of the big changes that we see in the IT and security industry is essentially the convergence between the two. IT compliance becomes more and more important in enterprises when you talk about security and deploying security systems. And what we are thinking is that that convergence is going to be accelerated with what we are doing in kind of integrating the security solution into a cloud setup. So we would apply for the same security measure, or IT security measure and compliance as you usually would see your SaaS or other applications running in the cloud for enterprises. So we would apply to the same. And that's kind of one thing. The other thing is that there's a big push right now to increase security in general, and that means IT security in the traditional world of using video and cameras in integrated systems. So that's the two things that we're working on to kind of integrate and drive forward one cohesive plan that would work for enterprises and comply with the requirements for such.
Historically, can you provide some context on how these two operations have functioned in different ways?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It has been, as you started saying, two very separate and two very distinct kind of a way of deploying and managing systems, and the security of physical security, as we know it, with the camera and the surveillance and the guards. Essentially started out as a very strong analog play and has been so for a long time until like 10 years ago, where the transition from analog into IP started to emerge, and that was different than the traditional IT setup. Even though it was on-premise IT and not so much cloud back then, it was two very, very separate systems managed in two very different ways, and under different management in the company. So you would have a security responsible security officer that would manage the video surveillance, predominantly analog based, and then you would have the traditional IT setup with the CIO profile. And we definitely see again a convergence of these two in the way it's organized in major enterprises at this point. So these two things are coming together, but it's usually not the way it has been done in the past.